If you've been following Palmera for a while, you've probably noticed something. Every builder here is targeting a slightly different buyer. In our last video, we highlighted homes by town. And months ago, we toured another MI Homes model here in Palmera. But this new sanctuary floor plan may actually be one of the most interesting homes MI has introduced here so far. Because this isn't trying to be an entry-level Florida home, and it's not trying to force buyers into a giant two-story layout either. Today, we're going to tour their brand new sanctuary model right here in Palmera in Wellen Park. We're going to compare some of the design ideas to that Jubilee model that we looked at earlier last year, and we're going to talk about why this section of Wellen Park continues to attract so many buyers looking for newer luxury style homes close to the beach, downtown Wellen, and everything happening in this rapidly growing area. Now this is the brand new furnished model from MI. This one is called the Sanctuary, and it is quite a sanctuary. I just really love the floor plan in here. Wait till I show you the back lanai, everything that they got in the back here is a sanctuary. It's really relaxing, really cool. As you can see, this is the sales office. That's the two-car garage. You're going to get a third garage here on the side. Let's head on in. Kind of a really nice entrance here off the front, but nicely covered. Let's go take a look inside. So step inside and just enjoy that view. We're in the foyer right here. And we can go left to right. Just to my right, where you come in for your two-car garage. Be a quick look at the laundry room, sink and all. But on this side, we come in from the front doors. You've got a full bathroom, actually. 2 sinks, everything you need. Shower, the ceiling. But down the hallway, kind of like an in-law suite here. See how they have it envisioned. I like the colors. So the mother-in-law suite, whatever you might need. That's this is the bedroom to it. Let me show you here. So that's kind of like an extra living space. And I'll give you an idea. And then, like I said, behind there is going to be your third garage. So everything incorporated here. You can close this off if you really just want to make it basically a second home. So let's go forward and take it all in. Beautiful. So I'm going to take you to one of the auxiliary bedrooms here, and it's kind of its own suite as well. Imagine growing up in this room. Got a nice size walk-in closet, lots of space, and your full bath. Once again, out to the ceiling. Beautiful look. 8-foot doors. I'm going to give you the whole view from here. And as you can see, the dining nook in the back. You can come in. Got windows all around. Really enormous kitchen island. You can serve and set out the holiday spread, whatever you need. Ceiling accents, all that stuff. And stick with me because we're going to give you kind of a ballpark price of what you can do with this out the door between lot, everything you can imagine for upgrades and all that, and where you might end up with a pool. So as you can see, this is a great, basically butler's pantry. You come back here, close the door, leave your mess, entertain for parties, everything you need right through here. But you've got a great door here covering it all. Nobody can see the mess, but you've got access to everything. Once again, the ceilings, it's really wonderful. Anything you could imagine, they've got it. And look at this, folks. Just open up. Just enjoy living here in Florida. This wraparound porch, really deep, folks. This is really deep. I mean, you could spend all day out here. Obviously, you got the pool door into the primary from there. This is under trust, so this is your house. It's still part of your house. It's not an add-on, not an extended lanai you see on a lot of homes. This is all part of the house. The wraparound, take a nap. Just enjoy. Let's head on around the infinity. screens, beautiful views. You have some incredible lots here, great lot selections. That's what I like. And if you want to see it from this side, this angle, you notice they got it plumbed for summer kitchen. You've got the transom lights adding additional light through. It's really truly a grand home. And you come back through here. Here is your powder room. You come through these doors. There is your primary closet. Really nice. And look at the storage you could possibly do there. What is that, 12 feet ceilings? Really nice. Here is your luxurious owner's retreat. So you've got 2 sinks. You've got a makeup area, just sit there, relax. You've got a soaking tub. You can get in from either side. Nice wet room, whichever one you prefer. It's really just, that's luxury right there. And then we're into the primary. And yeah, there's even more. So he gets his own little closet, so he can have that one. She'll take that other big one. Linen inside the bedroom. And we'll take this in, folks. Here we go. There's your owner's suite. Views to the back. This is truly a great home. So with pool, with the upgrades in lot, put in the comments where you think this is going to be at and see if you're right, because in a little bit I'm going to share with you pricing and all the good stuff about living here in this neighborhood. So later in the video, we'll also talk about all the amenities, the lifestyle, the HOA, and who I honestly think this floor plan makes the most sense for. But one of the first things that immediately stands out in this sanctuary model is how MI Homes just handled the scale of this home. This is over 3,000 square feet. It's a single story. It's designed for people who really want space, separation, and those entertaining areas. Plus that luxury feel without constantly running upstairs every day. And a lot of builders push past the 3,000 square foot mark by simply just stacking rooms on the second floor. But this home keeps everything on one level while still giving you multiple separate living zones. And honestly, that's a huge deal for a lot of buyers relocating here to Florida. Now, if this is your first time on my channel, my name's Rovnak, and I've lived in the Sarasota area for over 30 years. And every day we get calls, texts, and emails from people just like you wanting to know about Sarasota and the surrounding areas. So whether you're moving in 1 week or in 1 year, reach out today so we can help you find your slice of paradise. You know, many people moving to Sarasota or Wellen Park are specifically trying to get away from stairs, especially in the long term. But they still want enough space for visiting family, entertaining, hobbies, home offices, or even multi-generational living. The centerpiece of this home is clearly this massive open main living area. And because the footprint is so wide, the home feels expansive instead of long and segmented. That's something that buyers usually notice immediately when they walk in. You can tell that this home was designed around Florida living, specifically the oversized sliders, the lanai connection right there, the natural light, the entertaining flow. Everything about this home feels built around how people actually live here in Florida once they move here. And people want that open luxury feel. They want that room for guests, but they also want long-term livability. Now, another thing I think MI Homes handles really well, and that's the separation of spaces. The owner suites feel tucked away, almost like it's its own private wing of the home, while the secondary bedrooms and the flex areas stay completely separate. So when family comes to visit, or grandkids come down, or whatever it is, friends stay for a week, everyone has their own space without feeling stacked on top of each other. And if you work remotely or simply want dedicated hobby or office space, this layout gives you plenty of flexibility. But what I really found interesting in this model is that there's almost a whole side that could be dedicated for an extended guest or a family member. A side garage followed by a flex living space, plus a bedroom and a bath, all on one unified wing. Basically, it's a multi-generational suite. What's also interesting is when you compare this home to the Jubilee model that we toured previously, is how differently MI Homes approach the overall feel of this house. Because while both homes clearly target a higher end buyer, they create two different experiences. And later on, we'll show you the difference in price as well. Now let's revisit this earlier home. Now this is the Jubilee model from MI Homes. This is shown as a 3-bedroom, 3-bath. It can be a 4-bedroom, so it's semi-custom. Showing it as a 3-car garage. But as I mentioned, it's a little over, just slightly under 3,000 square feet, 2913. We're gonna take a look inside and see what they have. So you're met with a really nice size great room here, right up front. You can see some accents. Sometimes people put a formal dining room here. Kind of like this is a little entertaining area. But this is a good size office space. Once again, ceilings make a difference. Check out those walls. So semi-custom gives you that option. Drawn into the family room here, the great room. Once again, the gas community here in Palmera. Love to see that cabinetry. Gives you many options. The waterfall island. Here's your view from the sink. Really nice. And as we head back in here, see the deep pantry. That is a must in today's world. You got a full-size bathroom right up here. It's towel going to the ceiling. And right off of that, have another bedroom. And that's what I call a good size secondary closet. Really nice. That's the way it should be. Once again, you can get those customized. Check out those panel doors. That is off into the sales center, which is the garage area. But look at this extended. This could be your 4th bedroom, but they've made this into a luxurious laundry area. So what I'm seeing today for today's buyers, the laundry area is also a utility room. So you can store things, you can do things. You're not just stuck in a 5x5 with a washer and dryer. That's really nice. And this is a good place when you come in from the garage, put your keys, put your stuff down, put your mail, all that stuff. Very functional, very nice. So as we head back into your great room, you see a little dining nook here. Lots of windows. You can sliders to go right out to your patio. But just back here, once again, have a nice, good sized closet here. Can't get enough of those here in Florida. What I like about this is that you go around a corner, which really baffles the sound, and then you come into here and another ensuite. So look at these closets. Like I said, that is a really good secondary closet. This is great for maybe an older part of the family, an older member of the family staying with you, or a teenage or adult child has their own little suite. That is nice. Now, like I said, very private back here, so it gives you kind of a mother-in-law or really a special bedroom for one of the kids. So we'll head out there in a second. Check out some of the ceiling effects, the built-ins, semi-custom here at MI. Once again, take the corner, come into the primary. Once again, that smart design, baffling the sound so it doesn't go directly into your bedroom. Corner windows, little design features at the top. And here is a gorgeous bathroom. Throne room, double sinks, long vanity, and what you like to see. It's a really good size. Now, they've removed the door, so you have double doors here, probably French doors there. That gives you an idea of what you can do custom closet-wise here at MI. Once again, a wet room. Got the shower, the tub, all behind glass, sunk in a little bit, so you don't have to worry about cleaning up the floors on that. And more closetry. So lots of function I'm seeing in this design here at MI. Now we're going to head out check out what's to do outside. So I've just stepped outside and you can see this nice little Florida kitchen. This would be great. Pull up from the pool, have some drinks, serve some burgers, do whatever you want, do a little barbecue. And I like that special place for someone to get some extra sun or in the evening just to kind of enjoy the pool area. So as we notice, this is all under truss. This is what you look for here in Florida under lanai. See, that's the end of the home. So if it's under truss, as we talk about in other videos, ways to secure this for the hurricane season. This is really a comfortable area. Gives you lots of shade. Feels great to just be out from the weather, out from the sun. And then when you want sun, step right up to this gorgeous pool and spa. So that's the MI Jubilee model here at Palmera. The Jubilee leaned more dramatic and architectural with a higher visual impact, more of that immediate wow factor when you first walk through the door. But the sanctuary feels more relaxed and, lifestyle focused. To me, this home is less about impressing people for 5 minutes and more about how comfortable and functional it feels living here every single day. The flow to the outdoor spaces, the way the rooms are separate, the oversized entertaining areas and the dedicated study, even details like the garage layout and optional pool bath setup. It all feels designed around long-term Florida living instead of simply maxing out the room count on paper. And honestly, I think a lot of buyers are going to connect with that immediately because many people moving here are coming from larger homes up north and they still want something upscale and spacious without feeling overwhelmed by the maintenance or the stairs long-term. Now, beyond the homes themselves, part of the reason that Palmera keeps getting attention is the overall location within Wellen Park. You're positioned close enough to Venice Island, Minnesota Key, and the Gulf beaches where going to the beach can realistically become part of your normal lifestyle instead of just an occasional trip. At the same time, downtown Wellen continues expanding with restaurants, live music, outdoor events, trails, and entertainment that gives this area a much more active lifestyle feel than what buyers typically expect from newer master plan communities. And the reality is this entire area still feels like it's growing upward. New restaurants, new retail, new infrastructure, new medical facilities, new communities. There's still a very strong sense of momentum happening. And inside Palmera specifically, the amenities are shaping up to be some of the more impressive offerings in the area. You're going to have a resort style pool, fitness center, clubhouse, pickleball courts, gathering areas, trails, and social spaces, all designed around that active Florida lifestyle. And compared to many older Sarasota neighborhoods, a lot of buyers are simply preferring to have newer homes with modern layouts, natural gas communities, updated storm standards, and hidden utilities. Now, as far as who I honestly think the sanctuary makes the most sense for, I think this home fits buyers who want luxury, space, and comfort, but don't necessarily want that complexity of a giant 2-story home. Maybe you entertain often. Maybe family visits you regularly. Maybe you work remotely. Maybe you're relocating from a larger custom home and you don't want to feel like you're downsizing emotionally just because you've moved to Florida. Or maybe you want that multi-generation home all on one floor. This one floor plan fits a lot of needs. So at the time of filming, Palmera's HOA and CDD fees can just vary depending on the exact home site and the series you choose. So always reach out for the latest updates, incentives, and lot availability because builders are constantly adjusting inventory and their promotions. And with MI Homes continuing to expand their lineup here in Palmera, it'll be interesting to see which floor plans the buyers end up gravitating towards most over the next year as this community continues to ramp up. Now here's the base pricing across all the different floor plans. And keep in mind that this does not include the lot premium and specific upgrades. And since things change week to week, if you'd like updated pricing, available inventory, builder incentives, or just help comparing Palmera against some of the other communities around Wellen Park and in Sarasota, just feel free to reach out to us directly. Remember, we are your one-stop new home shop. If you want your absolute best deal on a new home, reach out early so we can make sure that you not only get the home you want, but also the deal you want. So if you want to see more great neighborhoods and great builders, subscribe and stay tuned as we post twice a week. For living and buying in Sarasota, I'm Rovnak. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.